What's going down, ladies and gentlemen? Give me 1 second while I prepare. I should have already been prepared, but you know how things work sometimes. All right, I think we're good. How are you guys? Great, I hope. Let me put my stuff on. I hope everything is. Uh, hope everything is going well for you guys. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking at this. Hold on, to make sure. Yep, okay, I'm good. I'm looking at this video. Hey, Miss Anya, how you doing, dear? And it's showing you. Excuse me. It's showing how McDonald's chicken nuggets are made. You know, there's some stuff. You know, honest to God, man, you don't really need to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, like sometimes, like I don't need to see this. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some of this is just plain gross. Okay, awesome. Miss Anga says she's at um, they're at a park, walking around and all that good stuff. So anyway, yeah, let me get our banner going. So today I wanted to kind of talk about a part two, so to speak, of my industry, which is the self-help industry. And I wanted to talk about how a lot of times what happens is that we consistently keep thinking that um, that we're buying something brand new, that we're on to something. So I don't care what book it is. I don't care who the um. Hold on 1 second. I don't care who the author is. I don't care who. Sorry. Um. I don't care who the author is. Sometimes. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're off to the races. Sometimes what happens is, hey Jessica, how's it going? Hello, Miss Yachty. How are you, dear? Um, I don't care what it is. Whatever book it is, they're all basically reinforcing the same exact cycle constantly. One of the things I was talking to Jessica about was this idea that a lot of people apparently think that some of this stuff is a lot of us think that a lot of this stuff is new, right? We think it's new. And sadly enough, it's not. This is pretty recycled stuff. This is not anything that you haven't seen before. It's not anything that you haven't read already previously. If you think about the what is it, the 5 or 6 modes of questioning, who, what, where, why, when, how, and if. Who, what, where, why, when, how, and if. So 6. If you ask those 5 or 6 questions, you got self-help down. If you ask yourself those 5 questions, you'll have self-help down. After you've read about 3 or 4 books, you don't need to read no more of that. Hold on. Let me see where my right, and I keep trying to explain to people, like, you know, everybody's always asking me. I was just talking to wow. I was just speaking to a lady today. She was she we had met some time ago. Hey, what's going on, Renita? And she said, "Hey, I know you. You're that guy who reads a lot." And I'm like, "Actually, I am." It's like, "Yeah, I think we've talked about certain things before." She said, "Matter of fact, I think that you and I are friends um on Facebook." I'm like, "Awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you." Hey, what's up, Jerry? What's up, Renita? Hey, everybody. So yeah, so I was kind of like, whatever. So anyway, let's hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Let's jump to my screen and get this party started. Um, so first and foremost, before we get started, let's go ahead and clap. Get that round of applause going. For some of you who are new to our channel, welcome. You might be asking, what are you clapping for? Number one, I'm clapping because this is day 53, right? 53 episodes out of 100. 55 days ago, I said that I was going to do 100 episodes. We're on 53 now. I'm no days off. Even with technical difficulties, we have not had a day off. What's going on, Jerry Bear? Thank you, my guy. I missed you last night, man. Missed you last night. Hopefully everything was okay, sir. Um, of live coaching, building, and Q&A, right? Live coaching, building, and Q&A. It was one of those things where I was kind of like, man, 53 days. 53, right? And some of y'all might be wondering, hold on, do I have it up here? Do you still have that paper? Right here. Right here. Still keep it with me. 15 pieces, 15 days, 15 minutes. That's what got this whole thing started. You said I was on, but I fell asleep. Hey, man, I know y'all tired. I appreciate you still showing support, man. Thank you. Thank to you and your wife. Thank you, guys. Right, so tonight we're going to, this is kind of like a part two. He didn't even make it to the 9 p.m. That's all good, man. Jerry's been with us since we started, so I if the man is tired, the man is tired. That just means I gotta do something to wake y'all up and get y'all more engaged. So I don't blame him, I blame me. Ownership, damn it, ownership. So tonight we're gonna talk, it's kind of like a part two of yesterday. So Jerry, you really didn't miss much. Um Yesterday we talked about the perils of the self-help industry that I am a part of. And tonight I wanted to kind of talk about how a lot of the things that you guys say, have heard, and the books that are written are they're based on these 5 or 6 concepts. Okay. Once you get these concepts down, again, you'll figure it out for yourself. Right. So you'll kind of start to understand where you're stuck at. And before you go to a book, before you go to a seminar, before you go to a webinar or a workshop, whatever, I want you to know what you're getting yourselves into. And that a lot of this, you can do this on your own. My job is to work myself out of one. That's what I'm here to do. And if you ask Jessica, she will tell you I'm quite good at that. If you listen to me. Shit, that woman's been my ace for some time. And we were just talking today about how certain people do not pay attention to some of the stuff I say. This does not work until you do it. It don't work. Okay? So, for those of you who are new to this, welcome to Act Fearless. I'm your host. I'm also a certified life coach. I've been coaching for about 23 years. And again, in a little bit, I'll tell you kind of what it is that I do. But I have multiple certifications in all kinds of different things. There's a few of them up here. If you want to know more, uh, go to my website. It's coming soon. It'll be obviously Ags Fearless. So we'll get some stuff going from there. Here is our warning because I think that coming to this my channel, it does come with a warning. And let me read it for you because let me see, do I even have it up? You know what? Tonight I'm not even gonna worry about it. Here's the thing. If you're here to take some accountability, if you want to be nosy, kind of figure out what we're doing, wonderful, pull up a chair. If you don't want to take any accountability, if you're a compulsive liar, if you um what is it, if you greenlight people, if you manipulate individuals, then I'm not gonna lie to you, this is probably exactly where you should be. Okay? But if you don't want to better yourself, please go somewhere else. This isn't for you. Okay. I I was talking to a person today that's been kind of working with me, and I'm not going to use profanity for at least the first 15-20 minutes of what's doing what we're doing because he sent me this video on how Facebook and YouTube are not only demonetizing, which my stuff's not monetized anyway, so I don't care, but they're also taking people's pages down in general on things that they find offensive. So if I say something that might be offensive to them, they'll three strike me and then I'll be out. Then I have to create a brand new everything and kind of start all the way over. So I'm going to chill on the language for a minute and then we'll get back into it. Y'all feel me? Because again, I got 47 more of these things to do. I'm not trying to get knocked off because I couldn't control my verbiage. Okay. All right, let's move to the next one. What's this next one? Okay, what is it that I do versus what do I not do? As you guys can see, I took some stuff off because we're gonna start shaving stuff down. Number one, I'm not here to motivate you because you don't need a motivation. You need discipline and structure. I'm not gonna coddle you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, but I will give you a kind word. You're not broke, so I'm not trying to fix you. Scarred, broken, or scuffed, dinked, maybe, broke, not at all. I am here to do three things. Number one, help you rethink. Two, reframe. Three, retrain the way that you think about stuff. That's it. Okay? Gotcha. All right, this is our cheat sheet today for the 6 recycled mainstream self help stuff and the truth behind them. Okay? Like I said, a lot of this stuff is recycled stuff. So positive thinking, goal setting, taking massive action, believe in yourself. Success leaves clues, and we'll leave the bonus for the last part. Okay? Like I tell you before, my promise to you is I'm not going to tell you to do something I haven't done. Number two, I'm not going to tell you to do something I'm not currently doing. Okay? Number three, I'm not going to tell you to do something I'm not willing to go out there and do right along with you. Okay? Not going to lie to you. I'm a fool with this. Let me give it a couple more minutes before I start dropping F bombs. Timer, please. All right, so please grab yourself a pen, pad, or whatever you need to focus. And energy drinks, snacks, pop, wine, blanket, snuggie, walkie talkie, charger, reading glasses. Especially if you're looking on, watching this on your phone. Please grab that. Repetition is key, ladies and gentlemen. For the last 50 some, thank you. For the last 50, for the last 53 days, I've been repeating the same exact stuff over and over and over. The reason why is because anything worth knowing, learning, teaching, or understanding revolves around repetition. Okay? Repetition. Okay? Please ask as many questions as you possibly can. Every presentation that I give is cookie cutter, which means for the most part, they're kind of the same. I switch a few things out, but the bare bones are all the same. The way that the coaching works is when you ask questions, when you allow your curiosity to be stoked, to be piqued. Okay? Don't worry, I will ask you questions. Hopefully, we can keep that ball rolling. Okay? Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. In every young man's life, a young man has certain urges. I don't need you to like or subscribe, which you can do that if you want. Share, please. Post, please. But that's not what motivates me to get this started. There's only two words that I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. I can't move without it. That word, ladies and gentlemen, those words. Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a hell yeah? Appropriately speaking. Can I get my hell yeah so we can get this thing started? I need the heavens to shake. I need the depths of hell to be rattled. Thank you, Miss. She said exactly 15 minutes. Thank you, Miss Jessica. Miss Renita, my mad scientist. Thank you, Yadira. Thank you, Jer Bear. Let's get this gosh darn thing started. Let's get it started with the word of the week. Dun, 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 dun. Dude, that's what I needed to do. Mixing board. Coming soon. Word of the week is friend. Someone who offers trust, support, and shared understanding, whether in good times, hard times, or in spaces in between. More than a title, ladies and gentlemen, a friend is someone you choose and who chooses you. Now, listen to this without demand, without transaction, or obligation. Okay? If there's something in it, they're not a friend. So you may say fearless, then what are they? Well, thank you for asking. Actually, I messed up one here. Sorry about that. Um, so here's our daily synonyms, antonyms, and in the middle. So a synonym is a word that's just like friend, which would be an ally, somebody who stands with you in both struggles and success. Okay? The middle is not a friend or a foe. This is right in the middle. This would be an associate, somebody that you know through work, through business, or social circles, but not personally close. Okay? An antonym is the opposite of a friend, which would be an enemy, somebody who works against you openly or in secret. I'm going to ask you guys a question. How many of you have more associates than you have friends? And I'm not done with that question. So y'all about to be typing. How many of you have more associates than you have friends? Chris said I. Miss Anya, I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you. F your hair. What? What? That's crazy. You're you're insane. Ritz Renita says I. What about you, Yadira? Jerry says I. How many of you have more associates than you have friends? She said, I have 11 billion associates. There it is, Rebecca. There it is. What say you, Yadira? What say you, uh, Jessica? What say you guys? Right? Ain't that crazy though? Most of us never really think about here's the thing, innately we know what the definition of a friend is, but until you really see it, it's like, damn, I really don't have that many friends. Especially when you look at the antonym, the opposite, an enemy, somebody who works against you, openly or in secret. Whew, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got more enemies than I got friends. I got more associates than I got enemies. Put that on something that y'all don't. Put that on something that y'all don't. Come on now. All right, let's get started. The 6 recycled concepts of mainstream self help. All right, tonight we're going to start a little different. Fun fact, the self help industry sells you the same 5 or 6 ideas over and over and over again. They sell you positive thinking, they sell you goal setting, they sell you massive action, they sell you belief, they sell you copying success, they sell you quick fix just to repackage it to sound new every single year. I was just talking to Jessica about this. She's like, dude, these books are different. I said, no, they're not. No, they're not. In the next day or two, we're going to go back and recap on the hero's journey, if you guys remember that. I love that story so much. We're going to retouch on that again because I really think that when we talked about it before and when we're talking about it right now, I think that we'll be in a look. I think that we're in a better place than we are now than we were then. Do you guys agree? Right? But we're gonna talk about that because to me it's so important. All right. So number one, positive thinking. The example is if you change your thoughts, you change your life. If you change your thoughts, you change your life. So here's the thing, ladies and gents. That goes without saying. That goes without saying. I mean, that goes without saying. If you change your thoughts, you change your life. Of course. But here's the problem with that. Can positive thinking alone really solve real life challenges? Can't play. And I'm really asking y'all. So it's a yes or no question. Go ahead and just answer yes or no. Can positive thinking alone solve real life challenges? Can I positively think myself into being more healthy? Oh, what? Miss Renita said, nope. Jessica said, nope. Miss Taylor said, nope. Coupled with positive action, of course. But again, though, Jennifer, we're just talking about positive thinking alone, just by itself. Can positive thinking solve real life situational challenges by itself? Rebecca says no, right? That's interesting, Christopher. Do you think that positive thinking alone, without anything else, can solve real life challenges? Without doing anything, just thinking your way through a problem alone? Right. Correct. Correct. And you're very much right about that. Saying no, but it can lead you in the right direction. Yes, sir, it can. Yes. So be weary when a person tells you all you got to do is change your thinking. Everything else is gonna, everything else is going to just work out just fine. Ladies and gentlemen, these are what's called platitudes. A platitude is just when you say something that sounds good without even any action or faith to launch it. That's like saying that, man, this happened to me, and then you say that, yeah, you know what? Hey, in time, all good things are revealed. What time? What we got? 26 minutes. Fuck that. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. What? No. No. Doesn't work that way. The reality is that you still have to face problems, real problems, not just think them away. And I know people like that. They have issues and they just don't want to look at it. They don't want to see it. Whereas I am practical when it comes to that. I am a I'm I am pessimistically optimist. I'm a pessimistically I'm pessimistically op how would I say that? I'm a pessimistic optimist. So I think negatively, but I hope for the best. Or actually, I'm optimistically pessimistic. You know, realist. Thank you, Jennifer. There you go. I'm very realistic. Or pragmatic. I'm very pragmatic. I see it for what it is. The good, the bad, the indifference. That's what it is. Do I understand that life's gonna suck sometimes? A realist. There you go. Yes, I very much understand that life is going to suck sometimes. But in that suck, there is beauty. There's another platitude. But the only difference is I can back that shit up. How? Because I retrain myself to be able to do that. To be able to see the silver lining in everything. I may not necessarily want to accept it for what it is, but I have to acknowledge that it's there. I gotta at least acknowledge that it's there. Okay? Okay. All right. Number 2, goal setting. Write down your dreams. Set those SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely goals, and visualize your success. Let me ask you guys a question. There you go. And again, I love that, but there's another platitude for you. But I do like that. Love it. Embrace the suck and squeeze some lemonade out of it. Yes, I love that. Love it. Hold on, let me make this a little bigger for you guys. Okay. Made it a little bit bigger. Hold on, make sure it. Perfect. Okay. So let me ask you guys, have you ever either thought about or have you written down a goal but didn't do anything about it? Have you either thought about a goal, something that you wanted to do, be, do, have, give, or go in life, or written it down and didn't do shit about it? Matter of fact, say I. Or yes, it doesn't matter. Say I or yes, doesn't matter. So I can say I. No, no, say yes. Right? I will say yes / I. Jennifer says I. Thank you, dear. Rebecca says I. Some guy named Fearless says I. Jerry says I. Okay. Miss Anya says I. That's surprising. Most of the stuff I see you accomplishing, Miss Anya, is pretty awesome. Renita says I. What say you, Yachty? Yadira says I. Right? What about you, Chris? Chris says yes. All right, awesome. And so here's the thing. As a life coach, if you guys think about it, we've been doing this for 53 days. I rarely ask you yet about your dreams, goals, or aspirations. I ask you what you're working on. I'll ask you what are you excited about. But if you notice, I really haven't asked you about them. If anything, I talk to you about your values. I talk to you about your priorities. I talk to you about your constitution, your rules, regulations, principles. I talk to you about your pledge, your mission statement to yourself. We talk about that immensely, don't we? You ever wonder why we rarely ever talk about our dreams, our goals, or aspirations? Some of you I do, some of you I don't. If it comes up, we talk about it. I want to work on the inner you first. Before we start working on this other stuff, I need to work on what's in here. Because if we don't have this figured out, it doesn't matter what's out there. Because if you get it, you're going to lose it, you're going to give it away, or it's going to be taken from you. I'm going to say that again. Until you get this right in here with your values, your constitution, your mission statement to yourself, to pledge to yourself, and you live that shit. You live it. Whatever you want outside of you will be taken away from you. You'll give it away, or you'll never obtain it in general. Dead ass. You want to know how I know this? Because I went through it multitude of times. And I've seen other people go through the same thing. Right? Most people, for the most part, stop at writing and never builds the system to actually execute it. When we talk about rethinking, reframing, retraining the way that we think, y'all, what do you think we've been doing for the last 53 days? Why do you think I tell you every time we start this, repetition is key? I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give two fucks about some of y'all goals. I don't care. Want to know why? Because most of those are going to change. They're going to change as you change. Most of us think that we want this until we start changing this inner thing in here. And once this matches up with this, all this out there, I'm telling, this is not a platitude. This is the honest God truth. When you figure you out, the rest of that shit's going to be simple. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it'll be simple. At the end of the day, my main objective is to simplify your life. At the end of the fucking day, that's it. Some people don't want simple. Some people like chaos. Some people thrive in convolution. Some people thrive in complexity. Hey, she said I wasn't sober for the first 31 of those days, starting a little late. Hey, not a problem. We got you. We got you covered. Go back, rewatch some stuff. Let me know where you need me. I am here. Like I tell everybody in here, if you need me, call, text, DM me. I am not hard to find. Matter of fact, as long as God allows me to have breath in my body, 8:30 at night, you'll know where I'm at. During the daytime, hit me up. Some of y'all take me up on that. You know, some of y'all will take me up on that. How many times have I had to hit up Renita like, "Hey, sweetie, are you okay? I know today we went kind of deep today. Are you okay?" You know, and her like just like Renita, in her in Renita's voice, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I'm good though." Right? But I mean, I care about you guys. And I care about what I care about the response that I get from you as well. Okay? So again, everything that we've been doing here is building systems, building a strategy, building a step-by-step plan on how to tackle certain things. And the great thing is that you guys give me so much material. I don't have to think about what I'm going to talk about. Jessica called me today. "Hey, I want you to talk about, hold on. Again, remember I always tell you guys, keep a little thing with you. Keep a little journal with you. You never know when you have an idea that you need to write down. You have anywhere from 5 to 80,000 thoughts a day. 5,000 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Look it up. She said that, "Hey, I want you to create things for us. 6 steps to take when procrastination has taken over. 6 steps to take when procrastination has taken over." Come on, man. Come on, man. We got this. If y'all got stuff you want me to talk about, let me know. I think we'll be doing a Q&A and probably on Friday or maybe sooner. We'll do a Q&A and then we can just kind of go from there. Y'all know how we do. Jerry says, "You are an amazing mother and person. You are working through some hard shit and doing all the that you can." And I'm assuming that's for your son. So yeah, no. Yes, Christopher, I appreciate that, my friend. Please do not hit me up at 3:30 in the morning. Please don't do that. Because if my son's here, my phone's on do not disturb. Now, if he's somewhere else, my phone's on. Okay? All right, let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Man, God, I can't wait to do that. I'm gonna get that damn mixing board. See, and it's not that I'm procrastinating, I just keep forgetting it. So I need one of y'all to DM me tomorrow. "Bro, get that mixing board going." Just hit me up. Just like DM me. Okay. All right. Fun fact number 2: most success secrets weren't built for, were built for somebody else's life, not yours. So when people talk about these secrets, let me tell you about the financial secret, the code, or the secret. The reason why somebody like Tony Robbins wasn't on that show or that movie, The Secret, is because he was like, "What are you talking about? A secret?" He's like, "There's more than one secret. It's not just one, and they're not secrets. They're pretty simple." And he didn't believe in the concept of what they were doing, trying to package something that this is an open abundance for everybody who wants it. Which actually I think we'll be discussing that soon. Okay, we're gonna talk about, maybe we'll do that tomorrow. We're gonna talk about the. I don't. We'll probably break it up because I think there's 12. So we'll break up 6 universal laws tomorrow, and then we'll cover the other universal laws. But we'll start it off with the law of attraction, and then I'm gonna explain to you while that shit is a farce, and while there's 12 other steps or 11 other steps that go into that one. So it's not just the law of attraction. There's other things that go into it. Okay. But what's worked for somebody else will not necessarily work for you unless you reframe it to fit your identity, your values, and your context. And when I say context, we're talking about that constitution that we stand on. When we talk about identity, we're talking about that oath that you've taken to yourself. That's yours. You see what I'm saying? So unless you fit that to your standards, to your stuff, you're basically living or trying to live out somebody else's stuff. Why do you think I show you guys what my dream goals and aspirations are, right? For the most part. But I tell you what my constitution is, and I told you, take a picture of it. You can borrow mine, and then as you start to see what they are, cross my stuff off, put your stuff in there. Just so you can understand what I'm talking about. So you can see it for yourself. You don't have to use all my stuff. Hell, you ain't got to use any of it. Just use it as a guideline until yours kicks in. You see what I'm saying? If you notice, I don't really show you guys what my goals are yet. I haven't showed you. I've told you what they were, but I've never shown you. Never shown you, right? Because I don't want you guys comparing your life to where I am. That's why we haven't talked about your goals yet. Yet, right? We got to get this part down first before we start talking about your dreams, goals, aspirations, those things that you either want to be, do, have, give, or go in life. Let's get us figured out first. Y'all with me? Can I get a hell yeah? Let me get a hell yeah from one or two of y'all. Let me get a hell yeah. You know that's the only thing that keeps my blood moving. Thank you, Miss Renita. Who else got another hell yeah for me? Give me one more. Thank you, Jerry Bear. Thank you, Christopher, Mr. Datey. Thank. Hey, Jessica's here. Did you get the flowers and card? Miss Jessica, did you get the flowers and the card that we all signed for you? She said, hell yeah. Awesome. Okay, so take massive action. This is another uh, one of those recycled myths of mainstream self-help. Okay? Take massive action. Right? And some of y'all have used these these platitudes. Just do it like Nike. Take those bold steps. Move quickly. Here's the thing. Does moving fast always mean moving smart? And I'm asking you guys, does moving fast always mean moving smart? Yes or no? Yes or no? Correct. No. I'm okay. Well, I'm not gonna say correct. I don't want to say correct because everybody has their own stuff. I don't want to say correct. Okay. Because here's the thing, when I talk to people about, again, we're going to use that word, excuse me. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to restructure my sentence and what I say. When I tell people to experiment more, you're going to figure out what works versus what doesn't a lot quicker than you would if you went slowly. I'm not I'm not going to tell you not to take bold steps, this and the other. What I would say is taking calculated steps based on what you know, what you think, and asking somebody else's opinion on certain things. Now, I'm not necessarily saying ask everybody, but I would probably suggest talking to somebody who's already been there and done that. So with Renita, one of the things that I told you was how I didn't tell you market yourself everywhere. Never said that at all. What I said was figure out what works for you, which platform would be better served for you. She said, make haste. I love that word. One of my favorite words, right? Go to the Small Business Administration, talk to them, and then figure out what your next move is going to be. It was never, it was never take those bold steps, move fast, go do this, go to start wrecking shit. No. If you're going to do that, at least be methodical about it. Okay? Action without strategy often leads to burnout or just plain busy work. And that's where a lot of people are. A lot of people are just busy. They're busy. The reason why I haven't burnt out doing this is because this is who I am. This is what I am. This is who and what, all wrapped up in one. If you took this out of me, I don't know what I would have left. I would be doing this whether I got paid for it or not. Y'all not paying for this. I'm doing all these for free. I'm doing all these for free to help. Right? I want to give you guys so much content. I want to have so much content out there that, again, when I do start charging, a person can't tell me, well, I don't know what your value is. Go look at all over 100 and some odd videos that we have. Each one is over an hour long. We talk about a bunch of different things. Right? So again, a lot of what we discuss at the end of the day, like I said, it's to simplify your life. That's why we're rethinking things. That's why we restructure everything. That's why we reframe things. That's why we're training you on how to simplify everything. I mean, who doesn't want to simplify life? That's it. Right? If you want something, we can do it. Let's set up a a strategy to go accomplish it. That's it. We could talk about our dreams, goals, and aspirations. Great. But let's write some shit out and let's make a step to go accomplish it. Done. Okay? All right. So what's the other one? Believe in yourself. Example, everything that you need is already inside of you. You're already enough. On one hand, I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Instead of you looking for resources, become the resource. But that also means that that most of us need a certain amount of what? Strategy, structure, skill set. And if you don't have that, you're blindfolded walking around trying to obtain something that you have no idea where you're going. right? So let me ask you guys, is belief enough without skill or feedback? Is your belief enough without skill or feedback? Matter of fact, I'm also going to add another one in there. Damn, my shit is horrible. My stuff is horrible. Without experience or something to reference it to. Is belief enough without experiences or a reference? Rebecca says, oh, hell no. No. Nope, not at all. It's not. Belief is powerful, but you still need tools. You need a test, you need to test it, and you need real world experience. Without that, all you have is a mere wish. That's it. You got some wishes. You ain't got nothing more than that. You got wishes. Jerry said, nope, don't think so. Okay? All right, number one. Fun fact, you already know most of what they're selling you. Anytime you go get a, I love this part right here that I wrote up. If you've ever read more than 3 self-help books, you've probably read or already seen the same exact advice recycled just in different words. Just in different words. I need y'all to look at that. If you've already read more than 3 self-help books, you've probably already seen the same advice recycled just in different words. And it's just another person saying it. The right same words, different pitch, different person. Oh my God. Have you read Atomic Habits? Have you read James Allen? James Allen said that. How did he say it? He said that the man doesn't. He said circumstances don't. How did he say that? He said circumstances. Ah, man, give me a second. Now I gotta look that up. Hold on. What's his name? Okay, James Allen. Okay. Circumstances don't make the man. It reveals him to himself. So circumstances don't make the man. It reveals him to himself. So what you go through doesn't make you. You already made before that. All it's doing is showing you exactly who and what you are. I know I was tested when I lost everything multiple times. I know I was tested when my mama passed and before she died, she gave all of her furniture, all of her stuff to me because she knew I was stable. Hmm? She passed in 2009. By 2000 and what was that? 12. I was homeless. I lost all my mama's shit, majority of my mom's stuff. I felt horrible, like horrible. Until, like I told y'all, my little brother told me, Bro, if you were to pass, where would all of her furniture be right now? He said, I wouldn't have taken it. So whoever has her furniture now would have had it, whether you took it or not, right? That's that, that that's that poetry slam clapping. They don't clap, they snap them fingers, right? That was the best self-help shit that I ever heard. I'm just saying, man, it's just something to think about. What about you guys? Have you do you guys think that matter of fact, do you guys remember when my little brother was on here and he said that he wanted to what did he say he wanted to do? He wanted to own a food truck. And he asked me, what book should I read? Do you guys remember my response to him? Let's see if you guys are paying attention. Do any of you remember my response to my brother? I'm really asking. Does anybody remember my response to him? When my little brother asked me, what book? Yes, yes, yes. Do you remember what I said to him after that? And you're right. I told him that no, you don't need to read a book. Matter of fact, that night, Jessica was in my ear. Exactly. Thank you. I remember Jessica was in my ear that night. That's when we first started. Jessica was in my ear, and she was like, "Dude, why don't you tell him to go get some experience?" Because the book thing is, you don't need to go read a book about this. You already know it. Why you need to go read about something that you already know? That's dumb. And that's where a lot of us are. Matter of fact, when we do the procrastination thing, again, that's where a lot of us think that we are. I don't know enough. The fuck you don't. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Rebecca said, yeah, you told him not to read. Jerry said, you basically said, fuck a book, go get experience. Exactly. That's exactly what I told him. You said that he read enough books already. Find someone with a truck and talk to them. Exactly. Right? So, again, think about this. Most of us are in this habit of thinking that we need to go talk to somebody else or not talk to somebody else. We need to go read this. We need to go read that. Yes, I do. If you think about it, everything that I'm telling you, you innately already know it. The only difference is, the only difference, I promise. The only difference between me and what you know is that I have categorized and I've put it in certain, I've categorized it for you. That's it. I've put it in small little boxes for you. That's all I've done. If you have trouble with procrastination, I'm about to give you 5 to 6 steps on what to do to overcome that. And 90% of it is going to be action. Plan, action. When we talk about restructuring our thinking, majority of it is what? Planned action. Everything that we talk about, y'all, is about step by step action. Period. That's all it is. I'm not telling y'all shit that you innately don't already know. I just wrap it up and put it in a bow that you can understand it. That's it. I'm good at reframing shit. I, you will never find anybody better than me at that. Just like you'll never find anybody better at inspiring people to fucking move. Not motivating you, inspiring you to fucking move. You either do it or don't. I'm good at this. This is what I do. This is who I am. Regardless of whether I made a dime off of it or not, this is what I'm going to continue to do for the rest of the time that God allows me to breathe. This is where I'm at. Okay? Y'all don't, here's the thing, man. You don't need me. You don't. I am blessed. I'm fucking honored that you come here every night, but y'all don't need me. You don't. You already know everything I'm going to tell you. I just put it in a different bow. That's it. That's all. Okay? I assure you, you ain't going to never find another life coach more honest than me. Not at all. Period. Just saying. All right, so number 5 is success leaves clues. Copy what successful people do, and you'll win too. Okay? So, question: can you really win by copying somebody else's playbook? And I'm really asking you guys this because with this question, I think that if as long as I'm kind of complex with it, but I want to know what you guys think. Yes or no? Can you win off of copying somebody else's book? Oh, Renita said nope. Jessica said yep. Okay. Okay. What about you, Yachty? What about you, Jerry? What about you, Rebecca? What about you, Miss Anya? What about you, Christopher? Yadira? Jennifer, if you're still with us? Oh, okay. Chris said no. Rebecca said nope, because I'm not them. What say you, Jerry Bear? Y'all gotta see what this woman wrote. I would never copy someone else's homework. That's cheating, my dear friend. I would never do that. I've never done it. Not in a million years. So fuck no. Dude, Anya. Oh my God. Anya. Anya. Miss Anya is something else. Okay, so all right, here's my thing. Okay, so reality is without a personal alignment, okay. And that's kind of where I'm at with it too. A little Jerry. You said I'm stuck because I feel like yes, but it does feel like it's lazy. Here's the thing. I think that can you really win by copying somebody else's playbook? Okay. So let's look at the hold on. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so reality is without personal alignment, copying leads copying leads to frustration, not success. So again, and I think that that's where that rubber meets the road. Remember when I told you guys? Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you, where does clarity start? Can anybody answer me that question? Where does clarity start? I'm going to just ask you that one question. Where does clarity start? Where does it start? For those of you just showing up right now, I'm asking a question, and we are talking about 6 recycled myths of mainstream self help. My name is Fearless Cummings. I'm your host and life coach. I work primarily on helping people reframe their thinking, retrain how we think, and all that good stuff. So yeah, pull up a chair, stay a little bit. All right, y'all. I'm asking y'all this question: where does clarity start? Jerry. Matter of fact, Jessica, I was just talking to you about this. I know you here. Don't act like you not. Where does clarity start from? I'll wait. Where does clarity start? That's a good one, but no. Where does clarity start? Give it to me. If y'all don't remember, just say pass. If you don't remember, say pass. Give me 2 passes and I'll tell you. Give me 2 passes. There you go. Thank you. It starts with you. Clarity starts with you. Clarity is not outside of you, it's within you, right? And honestly, it's not even your feelings, it's just your values, right? Because you can be emotional about anything. Values, on the other hand, is different. What it starts with your values, it starts with your ethics, those principles that we talked about, that constitution that we talk about, that mission statement. Remember, clarity starts when you get clear about you. All of this starts within us. This is a you self-help is a you first type of thing. So before you start looking out there, you got to check in here first. Matter of fact, I want each and every one of y'all to say me first. So when we talk about belief systems, it doesn't start out there, it starts in here. Values don't start out there, they start in here. It starts with it. So everybody, I want you to say me first. Here, I'll go first. Me first. All of this shit starts with me first. So when I ask you, where does clarity start? Me first. Clarity starts from within. Your beliefs start from within. Everything starts here. Then it goes out there. Remember, because once you see it, especially if it's brand new, it has to go through this whole reframe. It has to go through all this processing to get out. And most of the time when it comes in, it hits with a fraction of a second. You respond. So you have an event, it goes through all this shit. Matter of fact, here, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Give me a second. Let me show you. Hold on, hold on. NLP. Um, head. Okay. Okay, so let's see if I can. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Because you guys got to see this. All right, so I'm going to make a new slide for you guys to see it. Okay, I'm going to go here, background, image. Is that what we're doing? Hold on. Damn, dude, they didn't even show me. Okay, I think I had another one. Give me a second. Here we go. Okay, I found one for you guys. Give me a second. Okay, here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, can you guys see what I'm showing you? Okay, perfect. So this right here, I'm gonna make sure that I keep this up because this is something that you guys need to see consistently. So something goes in. You guys can see this, right? Something goes in. The event, the information is all external. So you see it and it goes through all of this stuff. It goes through all this shit. We distort information, we generalize information, we delete information. It goes through time, space, language, memories, traits, decisions, attitude, values, beliefs, sociological shit. Can you send that out? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I will send this out too. Matter of fact, give me a second. I'll go into Ags Fearless. All right, it's in there. I will get that sent out to every one of you. Because again, like I said, it's something that comes in. You see it from the outside world. And then you decide what you choose to do with it from there. You decide. So this isn't something that oh it's out there first. No, it starts in here. It starts in here. If somebody walked over and slapped somebody else in the face, would that mean anything to you? Probably not. Now, if somebody walked over and slapped your kid in the head, would that mean something to you? Yes. Now, I want you to think about this. The same event, the only thing we changed was who got hit. But based on who got hit, your whole behavior is gonna change, wouldn't it? Somebody put their hands on Ben or Max. You gonna sit there and just let that happen? Somebody put their hands on Journey. Somebody put their hands on uh, Jocelyn. Somebody put their hands on Miss Taylor's son. I mean, y'all really? Jerry said I would catch a charge. I'm catching a charge. I'm gladly going to jail. You understand? I'm stomping you the fuck out. Right? But how does that happen? Because of what it means to you. Because of what it means to you. You see what I'm saying? But if you didn't know the person, the victim or the assailant, would that mean anything? Probably not. You like, damn, whew, that dude got the shit knocked out of him. I've seen people get their ass whooped in the street and just stood there and watched it. Like, I don't know what that man did. None of my business. He was getting dog walked on 60th and Ames in the street. None of my business, right? Seeing this dude put his hands on a friend of mine or whatever. Dude was like my brother. I beat the shit out of that dude. Didn't think twice. So it all depends on who that person is, right? So I just want you guys to kind of see that. Sorry for getting off topic a little bit, but to me, like this shit is to me, this is so important, man. That you guys really need to see this for what it is, right? So again, I think that you can use somebody's playbook if you are aligned with who you are. If you know what your values, dreams, goals, aspirations, and values are. If you know what your constitution is and it aligns with that. If you understand what your where your integrity is. If you understand what your character is. If you understand what your belief systems are. If you understand that good and take that 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 good and bad in you, the indifference in you. If you understand that I got some fucking issues out here and I'm working on it. You can see somebody else with something. You can see their playbook and say, I'm doing that. It may not be exactly the same way. But I looked at Jim Rohn, one of my favorite speakers. They called him a business philosopher. What? Like I love that more than life. Loved it more. Oh my God. Oh, that like if I met him, I would call him Poppy. I would say, Daddy, I'm home. Daddy, Tata. I'm just jokingly, but no, like I love that guy. Between him and your boy Tony Robbins, um, Dr. Wayne Dyer, what? They are my trifecta of what I do. They were the guys who inspired me to want to do this, along with my first mentor, Paul Meisman, and his son, Evan Eisman. They're the ones who really who saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. Right? So I think that it's a little A and B. So I'm just saying. All right, number 6, last one until we get to our fun fact. Quick fixes and overnight success. I could change your life in 30 days or less. Oh wow, did she work there? Did your friend Brandy work at the county jail? Right. But how many of you, by show of hands, how many of you would believe that? How many of y'all, how many of you would have actually still been messing with me if I came out and told you? He said yes. How many of y'all would actually still mess with me if I came out and said I could change your life in 30 days or less? He'd have been like, yeah, okay, what? What? Oh, okay, she works at the jail. Okay. She works at the school with me and also county. Damn. All right. Have you ever chased that quick win that didn't last? Have you ever chased something that you thought was going to be a for sure thing and it did not last? How many of y'all got sucked into them quick? Again, we talked about it before. Go ahead and raise your hand. How many of y'all have been sucked in to that get rich quick scheme? Or, oh man, we gonna change your shit in 30 days or less. Hi. Hi. Christopher said, yep. Christopher said, yes. Chris, I gotta say yes. I gotta say yes. I have fell for that before. I have gone through the proverbial thing of, hey, this is where I'm at. Renita says, I'm here because I heard 30 days or less. You can lose 100 pounds in 130 days for for $15,000. Ask me how. Oh man, sorry. You ever see that? I could change your life in 15 days or less by giving me $15,000. I'll show you. There's only 5 things you got to do. That's it. Do these 5 things for 30 days. Your life will change. Guaranteed. Or your money back. He said, you might, but we'll gain it right back. Yes, sir, you were right. He said, how? The check's in the mail. Jerry's like, how? The check's in the mail. It's already coming. Borrow it from somebody, Chris. Borrow it from somebody. Get all your friends together and ask for $1,000 each. You get it right back. And if you don't get it back in 30 days or less, guess what? I'm gonna I'm gonna send you I'm gonna send you this prayer rag. I'm gonna send you this rag here. It's a prayer rag, it's purple. I'm gonna send you this rag. It will be anointed. You can hold it and then pray over it. You're gonna get that money back. How many of you believe this shit? How many of you would? I mean, I'm just saying, right? We all know that I'm just joking, being a bit facetious, but do people fall for this shit? That's not a lie. That is dead ass. People fall for that. I read a story about this elderly woman who these people called and told her that her nephew or grandson was in jail and he owed such whatever amount. This woman damn near emptied out her account, paying these people to get him out. He was never in jail. They conned and they took that woman's money. And you know, the bank told her there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing they can do about it. She gave them all the access to everything. Broke that old lady. He said, I'd rather spend the money on pizza. Thank you, Christopher, for being honest. I love that, man. So, reality check. Real change takes time. It takes consistency. It takes persistency and discomfort, but there are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. Not one. There are no shortcuts. There's nothing that's going to ever take the place of hard work. Rebecca, what the fuck? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. She said 15 pizzas, 15 minutes, 15. It better be from a different place. Because I love me some Domino's. Christopher, one weekend, dude, we're going to have to go get some Orsi's pizza. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I got my stomach all greased up for some orgies. I got my stomach all greased up for some orgies. We're gonna have to get one of those warming packs that keeps the food warm. Drive it all the way back here and dig in. What do you say, bro? You go buy. I'll buy it. You go get it. He said maybe for the day 100. Oh, okay. We might be able to do that. Okay, okay. We could do that, Chris. That's what I love that future thinking. I love that. All right. Okay. So, fun fact: take massive action is the number one cause of burnout and self improvement. Moving fast without strategy feels productive, but usually leads to wasted time and emotional exhaustion. Moving fast without strategy is it's gonna mess you up. It's gonna mess you up. Yeah, hold on. I made homemade ice cream trees. Hey, hey, give some to I want some. Hey Chris, give me some. Give some, put some in a baggie, Ziploc bag. Wash your hands first. Cut me a piece of that. Like a nice sized piece of that. Wash your hands first, though, please. I want to try that. Cause man, shit, that sounds good. Rice cream, oh my god, and homemade. Oh yeah, I want some of that, Chris. I'm gonna FaceTime you in a couple minutes. But yeah, so it sort of reminds me of those. You guys know those tops that they spin real fast. They do really well, and then they start. Oh, you need. Okay, you need to make it. Oh shit, Christopher. God damn you. I thought you already had some. Man, Chris, man, god damn it. Got my mouth all watered up for it. Anyway, but it's just like that top. You gotta be careful with that, man. Gotta be careful. All right, here is your recycled myth. Hold on one second. I'm going to which ones did you guys resonate with the most? Okay. What is today? Okay, got it. I'm sending this to all you guys now. Which ones did you guys resonate with? Oops. The most. Okay, Rebecca, yours is coming now. Uh, hold on. Renita, you coming up? And Jer Bear, we got you covered, sir. You guys are welcome. So, you guys got everything I got now. You know, one of the things that I tell people is I don't want to know anything that y'all don't know. Everything I got, I want to give it to you. Okay, so 6 recycled. Okay, so you guys got them all. Okay, so Renita said 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, ain't that crazy though? Miss Yachty said 1 through 6. Okay. Jared Bear said 2, 3, and 5. What? Which one did you? Which one kind of resonated with you, Rebecca? What about you, Chris? What about you, Miss Anya? Okay, is it still there? Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. You guys are welcome. Gosh, hate them freaking flies that they keep in there. All right, ladies and gents, I kept you a minute past our thing. Thank you guys so much again. Tomorrow we will probably be talking about. Yeah, I'll talk to them, see where they are. Um, Naomi's not feeling well, but I'll get up Genevieve and see how she's doing. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tonight. You guys were amazing. Um, get some rest, dream big, and like I always tell you, I don't know. I think I always say just dream big and get some rest. Either way, in the immortal words of Miss Anya, bye.
Vannacht ben jij de baby en ik je sugar daddy. Je weet toch nog niet